Welcome to the Lake of the Ozarks. About 50 years ago, when Bagnell Dam was completed and the lake started filling, of course the lake was built primarily at that time to generate electric power, and that's really what it did all during the war years. After World War II, it seemed like people had better jobs than they used to have. The transportation was better, and they had jobs that gave them vacations and free time. So boating became one of the fine things, and people had more time to fish and enjoy our country, and they started finding it in great numbers. And they came here from St. Louis, Chicago, and wherever all over the Midwest. And as those things grew and people came, new things to do kept happening. Fine places to eat and recreational type places. The Bagnell Dam Strip course was one of the first places that really started growing. People would walk up and down with their families and shop in the gift shops, and it's really no different today. There's just more of it, and so the more you have, the more fun you have. This program is designed to help you folks find some of these things that will help you enjoy our beautiful Lake of the Ozarks more. We hope we can do that.
A little bit of a fuzzy photograph of our complex, which we called it. The Clown was still there, the floating boat drive-in. We served, the kitchen was on the water, which you can't do anymore. At the time, we had a sand volleyball court. There's the poop deck, the pool, the nightclub up here.
What year was that?
This had to be before 2002, which is when we built the tiki bar, took this away. And then it looked like this. The Clown is gone, so it gives you an idea. That's where the sand volleyball court was. I think one of these is my husband's vehicle, so it could be 75, 76, 77,
So
don't
you
know.
guys bought it and then you lived on the property, right? Like,
Right where you're standing was a home,
yeah.
and the Clown was straight out.
In May of 1975, we purchased the Clown from Robert T. and Jody McIntosh. I had to work for Robert T. for 30 days for nothing. At the end of 30 days, he told me whether he'd sell us the business or not. Because I didn't know anything about the restaurant business. I knew nothing about docks, nothing really about boats. And that's what it was all about.
A floating boat drive-in. Go figure.
Yeah.
Who thinks that's a good idea in 1960? People hardly even had a boat.
The Clown was Robert T.'s idea. He thought about doing a boat drive-in movie on the water. They couldn't figure out how to hold the boats all in one place and how to get the sound out so it didn't bother the neighbors. So he wound up building the restaurant instead.
I got to be a busser. And then, you kind of work your way up. When my mom decided I was old enough to stand over the grill, I got to help cook. So I was probably 12, 13.
Well, we had to buy a boat in order for Susan to get to work because she wasn't old enough to drive a car. But she could drive a boat to work.
Then at 14, I got to start waitressing at the Clown, which was a big deal because that's when the big bucks start rolling in, you're getting tips. And then I worked at the Clown waitressing until I was probably 19.
Katie, at her age, all she wanted to do was be down there, be with the kids. The dock hands would throw her in the lake, and
I just frankly wanted something to do. I wanted to be included with everyone. I wanted a job. But as I grew older and Susan left to sell real estate, so then is when I started working more side by side with my mom, and Dad slowly over the years kind of backed out, kind of semi-retired. And the older I got, the more I was like, my mom's pretty cool. Like, you don't look at her like your mom who's telling you what to do and grounding you and whatever.
okay. This is the famous Red Bowl. It's what I cook all my scrambled eggs in. It has also been here since 1960. It's been at the bottom of the lake once, and we resurrected it this is part of the history of the clown. But the first year of the poop deck, of course, we thought it was such a great idea, and the business was, uh-oh, what did we do? It's not working. We didn't know much about the bar business, really, except how to drink. You know, in 1979 when we opened the poop deck, I'm down on the poop deck at night, which normally I wasn't, and I'm standing at the bar, and all of a sudden, it was packed. And I thought, somebody unload a bus in the parking lot? I mean, it was like, what's happening here? I'm starting to wait on tables, just taking drink orders, and the bartenders are like fumbling around, and it's taking me 20, 30 minutes to get the drinks, and I'm thinking, this has to change. It became popular for some reason at night, not only during the day, but at night. He would always go, we need to build a deck, we need to build a service bar, we need to do this, and need to do that. And every winter, off season, something was going on, some sort of building.
And the public never really knew. All they knew is they had a new place to go every year because it looked different. We added something for 12 years. We built something every winter in addition to what was already there, and it became real popular.
We still had this unfinished area up above the poop deck. I said, why don't we make it a bar? And my brother said, well, it's on top, why don't you just call it the Topsider? The main reason we made it a bar was to have some kind of income after Labor Day. Because in 1980, 81, it stopped Labor Day. You might as well figure done, over.
And if you wanted to make money, you had to be creative. 1987, we decided to build a dance floor, and that came.
Excuse me, he decided.
Anymore.
When you came to the Topsider, to the dance club, girls dressed up, which made guys act better, and we did have a dress code. Actually, I had on shirt and shoes.
The last day of the clown, September 30, 2006. We're having a big, large employee reunion here. As you can see, the people in the background are coming from all over the country that have worked here since 1960. The clown has been in operation for 46 years, and due to the rough water, we're going to try and move the clown somewhere else, to either with somebody else or with us, to keep it alive, but we have to move it away from the business here. We're real sad to get rid of it, but we're real happy to have everybody come back to see what it's like to have one last clown burger.
He kept saying, because now we have the poop deck and the Topsider and the dance club, and we still have the clown, and the business had changed the perception of the boat slips. You know, the boats are bigger. And it was
40,
getting a
50 feet
little
long.
harder to get employees, and he kept saying, Kim, we need to get rid of the clown. I'm like, no, we can't do it. Next year, Kim, you're running yourself to death. We need to get rid of the clown. No.
And a lot of the stuff that was on the clown, like the door handles over there, and
Oh, people started calling when they found out, say,
the clown signs, that's the only
are you
one
selling
left.
stuff from the clown? And I said, well, yeah. What are you interested in? The door handles. Everybody wanted the door handles. No. Okay, these are the famous clown door handles. We have to take them off every night. First of all, so they don't get stolen. Second of all, the doors won't close unless we take them off. They were hand carved for us by Phil Herr years ago. and the employees, it's just rewarding, touching, amazing, unbelievable.
We have employees who are retired now too, and have children.
Just the memories that they have and the relationships they formed that they still have from working one summer in this little floating restaurant.
Cedric Nicholas, worked at Clown for 12 summers from '83 to about '94.
Neil McEachran, and I was a bartender for 2 years here from '05 and '06.
86, 87, 89. 87 to 96.
75 to 81 as a waitress.
71, 72, and 73.
Well, Kim and Dick, it's been 23 years since I've been here working, and it's been a lot of fun when I was, and even when I still come down now. You guys taught me a whole lot about growing up, that's for sure. Probably the first employee that got to work his way from here all the way up to the top, and then stumbled back down to my room underneath the poop deck. So I want to thank you for the good times, and wish you the best of luck with everything else. Thanks.
The business was changing. It was a great ride. Ultimately, we were done.
Oh, there goes the drone.